All right, let's take a shot at using that third angles theorem. So in this example, Aika is folding origami dragons for a party she is hosting. If angle ABD, so this little angle down here, is congruent to angle CBD, so these two angles are congruent, and the measure of angle BAD, so this guy over here, is 58 degrees. Well, that would also mean that BCD should be 58 degrees, right? So what do you know? Well, we know that angle ABD and CBD are the same. ABD and CBD are congruent. We know that the measure of BAD is 58. So that's what we know based off the problem. That's why it says given. It's been given to us. What else do we know? We know that angle BDC is congruent to BDA. So BDC, BDA, they're both right angles. They're both 90 degrees. They're congruent. Sure. All right angles are congruent. Yep, right there. So angle BAD congruent to BCD, so BAD, BCD. How do we know those two are congruent? Well, that's the third angle theorem. We already know these are the same. That's been given, right? They told us that those two are the same. We know that these two are the same, and since two of our three angles have, congruent partners, that means our third pair of angles need to be congruent as well. That's our third angles theorem right there. Okay, the measure of angle CBD and the measure of angle BCD equal 90. The acute angles of a right triangle are complementary. Okay, that just means that these two small angles, the two acute angles, always add up to 90 if you're in a right triangle, because we already have 90 in there and we need to add up to 180 between the three of them. So the other two need to be 90. Okay, so angle CBD, this guy, and angle BCD, that guy, need to add up to 90. The measure of BCD and the measure of BAD should be the same. BCD and BAD should be the same. So top left and top right corner should be the same. That's the definition of congruence. Okay, so let's go through. Measure of angle BCD. BCD is going to be equal to what? Well, we know BAD. We know BAD was 58. We know that BCD is the same one. So that one should be 58. The measure of CBD, God, it's hard to say so many letters over and over. CBD, so this little one, plus 58 should equal 90. Okay, so if we take away 58 from both sides, well, we're going to get 32, right? Just thinking, how much do I need to add to 58 to get to 90? Well, I need to add 2 to get to 60, and then I need to add 30 to get to 90. Okay, so my measure of that angle would be 32 degrees right here. The measure of angle CBD is 32 degrees. All right, and that is it for example number 3.